always so impressed when I come to this event every year and I get to see the stories and the names and the faces of the new daughters of the year, and it always feels a little bit like welcoming new sisters to the family. So it makes me really excited. And you can see, if you take a look in your program booklet, at the back you can see the names of the 51 women who have been honored over the years as daughters of the year. But now we'll get to the important work, right? You're all here to celebrate somebody. And so I first want to thank the 4 women who did the hard work of reviewing all the nominations and making the decisions. My colleague on the school board, Tricia Esterbrook's our board chair. I would also like to thank Edmonton Police Sergeant Namrata Gill, the executive director of the Edmonton Social Planning Council, Susan Morrissey, and we all love Susan a lot, and manager of Northwest Alberta Indigenous Construction Career Center, Ruby Littlechild. So please join me in thanking these important volunteers. And now I do want to invite up Tricia and Susan to give me a hand with the award presentation. All right, so I'm going to briefly introduce each of this year's recipients, and you can read more about all of them in the program book. And they will have an opportunity to share a brief comment as they receive their awards. And after they receive the award, if the daughters could please stay at the front so that we can get a photo of the whole group together as well. Thank you. So let's get started. So I first want to introduce Tracy Berry. Tracy is the founder of GROW, Gradual Rising Women, the host and facilitator of the Speak Out Women series. Tracy has organized a women's summit for November in Edmonton that will focus on entrepreneurship methods, and she's also been honored as one of the top 100 Black women to watch in Canada. So Tracy, please come forward. Did you want to say a couple words?
A few words?
Yeah.
All right. I'm really excited to be here today, a little bit nervous, Thank you so much for this award. It is great to be recognized as a woman. When I started my project in 2017, didn't know it was going to come to this, and as I always tell people, Edmonton has been a promised land for me, and knowing that there was a gap, as everybody's talked about, made me start an initiative to support Igbo women, and now with that, it's grown into something that is much more, and I'm so happy today to also tell you about the project that I have coming up, because last week this time I spoke to one of the founders of this beautiful organization. I asked him to in one word, just tell me what Grow Women Leaders meant to him, and he said space, and that space is what I'm currently in pursuit of, and I would love to tell you more about it. Thank you so much again for everyone, and thank you to the community for this award. Thank you.
Wonderful. Congratulations. So I'd next like to recognize Michelle Neviadoni. Michelle is a member of the Kawakatus Cree First Nation, the owner of Isbe Health and Wellness. She's part of the ministry team of Inner City Pastoral Ministry, and she also leads Our Common Ground, a response to the TRC calls for action. And finally, her new project, Feeling Her Home Fire, seeks to develop housing for women with children. So congratulations, Michelle. Well, I'm still so inspired by those two poets, holy, but I'm really honored to be here. It's humbling, and it's an honor to be able to accept this with the fellow recipients.
As we celebrate, we do have to remember there's tons and tons of work to be done still. I wear red today to represent the thousands of missing and murdered Indigenous women in our nation. But I also need to acknowledge the women who have gone before us, the matriarchs, the grandmothers, the mothers, the aunties, the sisters, who've all worked and pursued for equality, gender equality, justice, social justice, so that I can stand here today as an Indigenous woman, which hasn't always been celebrated in this country. So it's important to acknowledge those who've gone before us, who did the hard work. There's still so much work left to be done. A successful woman isn't successful without her community, so shout out to Amma People, So next I'd like to invite up Jalen Ramsankar. Jalen is a young person with a profound understanding of social justice and civic responsibility. She's created and delivered teen-centered forums. And while a member of the Minister's Youth Advisory Council, Jalen worked with the Mental Health Initiative group. Jalen is also an Atom hockey coach who is focused on getting more youth to try the goalie position. And she hopes to start her own goalie training camp. And finally, this is a long list of accomplishments. She's recently accepted as a full member of the semi-professional Ukrainian dance company Dunai. So congratulations, Jill.
I just want to thank everyone who was involved in this amazing event. I'm kind of blown away. I didn't realize how big this was. And just a special thanks to my parents, because I know not a lot of people have parents that I do, and as a young person, I would be absolutely nowhere without them. They taught me how to be a woman who is strong, who can be in leadership, and how to have respect for everyone, no matter where you come from. And I owe it all to them, so thanks.
So next in our list of amazing women is Charu Ranjan. So Charu is an inspirational model of volunteerism in the South Asian community for the past 4 decades. Charu is the host of India Magazine on cable television for several years. She's a leader and a teacher with the Alberta Hindi Parishad, a group dedicated to promoting Hindi language and Indian culture. And finally, she is the founding member of Jagriti, an Indo-Canadian youth group. So congratulations, Charu.
I am so humbled and honored to be here amongst all of these prestigious women and to be counted as one of them. It is the highlight of my evening today. As an immigrant from India, I came to Edmonton 40 years ago, and I am really happy that I had a platform for myself where I could say what I wanted, take leadership roles and help the community, especially the Indian community, as much as I could. And for your recognition today, I am very grateful. And being a mother of a daughter and a grandmother of a little granddaughter, I am happy that they live in Edmonton, and in future they will be contributing to this society. Thank you.
Wonderful. So our next daughter is Megha Sharma. She's a recent U of A graduate as a chemical and computer process control engineer. She started the Diversity in Engineering Initiative with the goal of bringing awareness to systemic issues that contribute to inequality in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math fields, and to advocate for change through research and mentorship. DIVE is also an official Engineers Canada chapter at University of Alberta, whose goal is to advocate for the inclusion of LGBTQ+ students and their allies in Canadian engineering schools. Congratulations. I'm so grateful to receive this award alongside so many incredible women here. I think it's so important for all of us to become agents of change in our communities, whether that's your neighborhood, your workplace, or your school. It just takes that one person to really just stand up for that ripple effect to continue. I saw that in my own personal life. And I'm just so grateful to be here. I want to thank my grandma, who's here all the way from India. She's always believed in me. I want to thank my... She wore my favorite color today. I want to thank my immigrant parents who have always reminded me of the immense privilege I hold. And I want to thank my brother, who I think is here somewhere. And I love him very much. He's grown to be such a wise and caring individual, and I'm just really happy to be here. Thank you.
And our final daughter, but certainly not least, I'd like to introduce Sherry Smith. Sherry has spent over 30 years volunteering with the United Way of Central Alberta and Seroptimus International of Central Alberta. Sherry is instrumental in bringing the Purple Nights campaign to Alberta and looks after the Central Alberta Purple Nights Facebook page. She's also served on the board of the Central Alberta Women's Emergency Shelter, was part of the United Way campaign cabinet and citizen review committee, and was served as the 2011 co-chair for the annual campaign. She's also received a Women of Excellence Award from the Red Deer and District Community Foundation. So congratulations.
Thank you so much for this honor, and to the committee for organizing this wonderful afternoon. I thank my mom, who's here, Velma, for nominating me for this award. And I'd like to thank my friends Sylvia and Alex for also supporting the nomination. I thank my family for joining me on my volunteer journey for as long as I've been doing this. For a community to be great, it has to be great for everyone, and that goes from kids to seniors and everybody in between. And that's why I volunteer for United Way, because I've been doing that for that long, because that's my community. And I also, almost for just as long, has been a Seroptimus. My Seroptimus sisters are a very big part of my life. We empower women and girls to be their best. We try to improve their lives through programs leading to social and economic empowerment. We are women at our best, helping other women to be their best, because they are all just daughters like we are. So thank you very much for this honor.